All right, today we're learning how to classify triangles.
Here goes the triangle song. Get your rock and roll voices together and let's.
All right, we'll come back to that song later. First thing you need to figure out is that there are two different ways to classify triangles. One is by their side lengths, the second is by their angles. I like to think of every triangle as having a first name and a last name. So let's talk about first by their side lengths. So this triangle right here, if you look at these little tick marks, sometimes they're called hash marks, but these little tick marks, right here there's only one. That means that is its own side length, and it's different than this because this one has two of those tick marks. Because both of these have two, that means this side and this side are exactly the same size. So if a triangle has two equal sides, we call that an isosceles triangle. Got to learn how to spell that one. That's the hardest one to spell. So that's two equal sides isosceles triangle. Now over here, you have one tick mark, two tick marks, and three. That means every side is a different length. So if you have a scalene, or excuse, I just gave you the name of it. If you have a scalene triangle, that means that none of the sides are equal. It has no equal side lengths. And then the last triangle down here only has one tick mark on every side. That means every side is the same size. So we call that an equilateral triangle, all equal sides. So that's the first name, how to classify them according to their side lengths. So again, we have isosceles, scalene, and equilateral. So now for their second name, their last name, we have to classify them according to their angles. So this triangle right here, if you look at the angles right here, these are all acute angles. Acute meaning they are less than 90 degrees. So if you have three acute angles, it's called an acute triangle. The next one over here, you'll notice this one angle right here. It's greater than 90 degrees. We call that an obtuse angle. So if it has one obtuse angle, the triangle is called obtuse. And then down here, there's not a box here to show you. So if that ever happens and you're looking at a triangle, think about taking the corner piece of your paper, because you'll always have a 90-degree angle by the corner of your paper, and just pretend this is your paper right here, this little rectangle, and slide it right into that angle there to see if it fits exactly. And mine does. So if it fits exactly, that means that this right here is a 90-degree angle. So get that out of there. Okay, I guess I can't get that rectangle out of the way. So anyways, down here, this would be a right triangle because it has one right angle. So the biggest things you need to remember, you have to classify a triangle with two different names. One according to its sides, equilateral, isosceles, or scalene, and then the second name is according to its angles. So right now, you're going to pause the video and you're going to copy down these notes so you have them and you can use them when you're working on other stuff. So these are according to the sides and these are according to the angles. Pause the video and take some notes. All right, now you're going to test out what you just learned. You can use your notes, but try to not even look at them. You're going to classify the following triangles by their side lengths and their angles. So we're looking at number one. Notice these are the same. That's different. Use the corner sheet of your paper if you need to test out a 90-degree angle, but write your answers down for triangle 1 and triangle 2. You should have two names for each. Pause the video. When you're done, check your answers. Okay, hopefully you are back with your answers. So number one here, I noticed that it has two equal sides, 1, 2, and then this is also an obtuse angle. So this triangle would be called isosceles obtuse. Number two, let's see, three different tick marks, so three different sides, therefore I know it's scalene. And then again, I can't tell, is that a right angle? So I'm going to take my piece of paper, pretend this is your paper, put it right in there. Oh wow, that's perfect. That's a perfect right angle. So this triangle would be called a scalene right triangle. Okay, try these. You're going to classify this triangle by its angles, classify this triangle by its side lengths. Pause the video, write your answers down. Okay, hopefully you got this was a right triangle because of this 90 degrees right here. And down here, none of the side lengths are the same, so that would be scalene. Now I'm going to play you the triangle song. It's kind of corny, but you know how that I like corny things. So you need to know what this word congruent means because you're going to hear that in the song a lot. So when you hear the word congruent, it means the same. So if I say it has two congruent sides, it has two sides that are the same length. So sit back, chill out, and you got to hear this song.
Let's go. Here we go round the triangle, triangle, the triangle. Here we go round the triangle. It's geometry. Geometry, my dear Watson. Equilateral triangle, triangle, triangle. Equilateral triangle. Three congruent sides. Isosceles triangle, triangle, triangle. Isosceles triangle. Two congruent sides. Scaling, scaling triangle, triangle, triangle.
Woohoo!
Scaling triangle. No congruent sides. This is a right triangle, triangle, triangle. This is a right triangle, a right angle it has. Yeah. Triangle, my triangle.
Feel free to stop at any time. All that's left is this silly song.